Welcome to the Jess Turner Talk Show, and I'm your co-host, Miss Lorraine, and today we're going to be discussing family matters, dysfunctional versus functional families, a presentation by Precious Life Services. A dysfunctional family refers to a family unit that operates in an abnormal or insufficient manner, leading to its classification as impaired. On the contrary, when the family structure operates effectively and fosters the positive growth of its members, it is known as a functional family. A dysfunctional family is typically categorized by conflict, misconduct, and abuse. Relationships within such a family can be tense, often involving neglect and regular episodes of yelling and screaming. Individuals may feel obligated to endure negative treatment while faking happiness. The environment often does not provide a safe haven for the open expression of thoughts and emotions, which can interfere with one's ability to prosper and feel secure within the family. And these issues might only scratch the surface of more profound difficulties. We're going to begin with signs of a dysfunctional family. Now, please note, no family acts the same, and all families experience some level of dysfunction. But there are some clear signs you can look for to indicate bigger problems. Let's start with addiction. Addiction can lead to so many different unhealthy relationships among family members. 12-step programs and even government-funded research studies now recognize the effects addiction can have on the emotional health of a family, even from generation to generation. The pursuit of perfection. The pursuit of perfection is an unrealistic expectation that can harm relationships. In families who expect their children or relatives to be flawless are setting themselves up for disappointment and frustration. The pressure to meet these perfect standards can be overwhelming for everyone involved. Knowing that you can never live up to your family's inflated expectations can have a detrimental effect on your emotional well-being over time. Abuse and neglect. Abuse typically refers to active harm such as verbal, physical, or violent acts. Neglect represents a passive form of harm, whether physical or emotional, such as failing to provide for a child's basic needs or withholding affection, interest, or attention. Both abuse and neglect are highly detrimental. Families may become trapped in patterns that normalize such damaging behaviors. Consequently, individuals raised in these environments may carry on the same harmful actions with their own children, thus continuing the cycle of abuse and neglect. Unpredictability and fear. Living with unpredictability and fear can make it challenging to build trusting relationships. When you're unsure of a person's reactions, you may find yourself always bracing for conflict and unable to communicate openly. You might be on edge, expecting criticism instead of understanding. This apprehension can lead you to dread activities that are typically enjoyable, such as vacations or holidays. Next, we have conditional love. Dysfunctional family members can be highly cunning with their affection, offering love only when it serves their interests. This withholding of love can create a desire to constantly seek their approval, preventing individuals from relaxing and being true to themselves. Lack of boundaries. Examples of a lack of boundaries within the family include someone who is controlling and makes life decisions for everyone and ignores the opinions of others, or someone who is intimidating and actively discourages everyone from asserting themselves or even just speaking their mind. Disrespect for personal space and disregard for choice can lead to the development of unhealthy, codependent relationships over time. Lack of intimacy. When a family lacks signs of closeness and honest emotional support, relationships tend to be superficial rather than emotionally engaging. Such dynamics can make it challenging to form close bonds with others, especially if one has not had the opportunity to practice emotional intimacy. Poor communication. When family members lack understanding, it often results in opinions being overlooked. Persistent tension can render communication ineffective and unsafe. Consequently, problems are left unresolved, with issues swept aside instead of being confronted. And during planning, neglecting each other's time and preferences can eliminate the possibility for open dialogue. Understand how dysfunctional behavior affects you. Recognizing the signs of dysfunctional family behavior is crucial, as their impact on you may already be evident. However, realizing these signs can be a lengthy process for some. Examples such as low self-confidence or self-esteem illustrate how family dynamics can disrupt your life. Even social anxiety and unexplained aches and pains may be related. These traits often carry on across generations. Your parents might have adopted behaviors from their parents, who in turn learned them from their own families. It's not uncommon to grow up believing that such dysfunctional behavior is normal. But there is hope. Breaking this cycle is possible. Awareness and a willingness to self-reflect are the most valuable tools for changing dysfunctional patterns. Now let's discuss dysfunctional family roles: the hero, the scapegoat, the lost child, and the mascot. And here is Rashwanda Carey to explain.
The first role that we're going to talk about is the hero. Well, the hero is the person who can do no wrong. They're the golden child, the perfect one in the family. They get all of the positive attention, the awards, the accolades, the praise. However, if you pull back that veil, you'll see that there is a person who is struggling with the fear of failure and also dealing with control issues as well. This relates back to the dysfunctional family because the hero of the family is kind of put on this pedestal. So a mother who's abusive or a mother who's an alcoholic, I know I'm picking on the mother, but anybody in the family can look at this person and say, we have done good. Our family must not be that bad if such and such is excelling and getting these awards. They're their way of being an excuse and not feeling as though they're being that bad of a parent. Role number 2 is the scapegoat. Now, this is the person that's always angry, seen as the bad child. And in contrast to the hero that was the golden child, this is the person that may be considered the black sheep of the family, the person that everybody looks down upon and feels is up to no good all the time. Here we are again, pulling back that veil about what you don't see. And that is someone who's hurt, who's struggling with rejection, full of shame, and maybe even sees themselves as the loser of the family and just doesn't really fit in. This comes into play with the dysfunctional family because everybody kind of can come together to point fingers at the scapegoat. Well, you're the problem of the family. You need to get yourself together. And it also allows the hero to be the hero and the scapegoat to be the villain and feel as though they are the reason that everything's going wrong. And so if you were that child that was always blaming everything on your siblings so that you got out of trouble, then yeah, that was your scapegoat.
No judgment.
Role number 3 is the lost child. Now, some may consider the lost child as the middle child, the one that no one really remembers. They are often the ones that are ignored, quiet. You kind of know they're there, but don't really know they're there. Now, what you don't see with the lost child is someone who has locked their feelings away and has chosen not to really deal with them. There isn't space for it because you have the hero who's doing really well and the golden child. Then you have the scapegoat that everybody has labeled as bad. And so there really isn't a place for feelings. And so they can kind of just be closed off and can't really express their feelings even if they want to. Now with this family role, they kind of see this child as the one that they don't have to deal with, the one that just maintains and functions on their own. So they're not needing to praise them, but they're also not needing to discipline and have consequences with the scapegoat. This is just the child that just functions and just does what they have to do or do what they have to do. You get what I mean. And dysfunctional role number 4 is the mascot or the clown. Now, everybody has labeled somebody in their class as the class clown, but this is not to say that they're coming from a dysfunctional family. It's to say that this is really a role that people take on, whether in the family or also in the class. With the mascot, what people see is the one that's funny, always telling jokes, can be a little bit immature, but always keeps people laughing so they don't really worry about it. Again, what people don't see is someone who is afraid all the time, someone who hides all of their negative feelings with humor and often feels inadequate. What they bring to the dysfunctional family is comedic relief. Let's say there's like a big argument in the room. Of course, the mascot's gonna come and maybe do a little dance or maybe just tell a little joke to have that comedic relief.
Next, we're going to discuss what are the characteristics of a functional family. A functional family is characterized by many qualities, including respect, emotional security, clear boundaries, enjoy spending time together, clearly defines rules and roles, embraces mutual respect, doesn't have abuse and neglect, engages in healthy conflict, and celebrates individual differences. Respect. In a family, members respect each other's opinions, personal needs, and roles. While adults are regarded as authority figures, children are equally valued as individuals with their own wishes and distinct personalities. Emotional security. In a family, members should feel secure and at ease when expressing their thoughts, dreams, and opinions, free from the threat of intimidation or criticism. Clear boundaries. Establishing boundaries is a crucial strategy for preserving a healthy balance in family relationships, whether it's with parents, siblings, or extended relatives. Learning to set appropriate boundaries is a vital skill for everyone. Enjoy spending time together. Spending time with family fortifies the support system for all. Relying on loved ones can alleviate stress. Moreover, enhancing family bonds offers additional advantages for children, such as increased self-esteem, enhanced emotional regulation, and boosted academic achievement. Clearly defines rules and roles. Generally, each family member adheres to the rules. However, a key aspect of a functional family is the adaptability of these rules to accommodate the growth and the changes of its members. Among these rules is the establishment of boundaries, such as keeping children out of parental conflicts and preventing parents from behaving as if they are their children's peers. Embraces mutual respect. Adults are respected as authority figures, yet children are equally esteemed for their unique personalities and wishes. Each child receives equal treatment, and siblings are not pitted against one another for parental affection. It doesn't have abuse and neglect. Parents care for their children, who are not expected to shoulder adult responsibilities, and each family member feels secure, and the home environment is devoid of any form of violence, be it physical or psychological. Engages in healthy conflict. In a healthy family dynamic, conflict is acceptable. When someone disagrees, they have the freedom to express their discontent respectfully. No individual is shamed for encountering conflict or expressing suitable emotions. celebrates individual differences. Family members are supported in having their own opinions and feelings. The family dynamic, including both parents and children, can evolve without causing distress. Every individual is at liberty to pursue personal ambitions and articulate their needs. And overall, it is important to keep in mind that functional families are not just made that way. Instead, they are created by family members who continue to love, care for, and be kind to each other. For families not functioning as a functional family, here are a few recommendations. Establish family routines. Schedule family time. Eat meals together. Allow for one-on-one time. Be an active listener. Attack the problem, not each other. And maintain good family relationships. And in our conclusion, cultivating teamwork within a family fosters unity, love, transparency, and advancement. A family that works together effectively can overcome any challenge, withstand negativity and obstacles, and realize their shared goals. Such a family grows more proficient, advances, and ultimately becomes invincible. A family resembles a team. In life, avoiding laziness fosters progressive thinking and success in one's pursuits. This concept holds true for families as well. Undoubtedly, family is crucial. It forms the bedrock of human existence. Cherish your family, whether you are united or separated for any reason. All individuals face challenges, and families are no different. No family is immune to difficulties. These trials are an inherent aspect of life, yet they can be overcome collectively, propelling the family forward. And no matter the problems faced, there is always an opportunity for a new beginning. Establishing a functional family requires specific measures, and furthermore, families that evaluate their situation, goals, and plans can employ these principles as a checklist to periodically reevaluate their life course. Thank you for joining us today with our first podcast, Family Matters, presented by Precious Life Services in affiliation with Jess Turner Productions. And as our producer, Jess Turner, would say, don't ponder it in your heart. Let's talk about it on the next Jess Turner Talk Show. Until next time, be kind and love one another.